Hello, welcome to my lovely speech today. My name is Mikayla Iverson and I am a new parent. I need to say that, so I build credibility, because a lot of the time if you're not a parent and you're trying to tell somebody else how to parent, they're gonna tune you right out. So I am a parent, I know what you're going through. I had a baby. Yes, you can see this distracting picture of my baby. I'll show you in a moment. She is 11 and a half months old, so it was recent. Okay, it always feels like it's recent. But it has been a little bit of time, so I do have some experience. So let me show you this picture of my beautiful baby first, real quick. Let me make sure you can see that really well. She's so cute. Her name is Penny. She is, in fact, a little ginger. My husband and I both have red hair, so, yeah, it was a given. But today we are going to talk about paternity leave. And I know it's kind of surprising. I feel like it's a surprising topic in general, but especially since it's a woman talking about paternity leave. And I feel very passionate about this, especially since I have recently had a baby and had a husband that had to take vacation days off from work, because the US does not currently mandate paternity leave in any form. Actually, there was a study done on HuffPost Business, and in this article they talk about a study that researched 167 countries, and 47% of those countries had no mandated paternity leave whatsoever. And no surprise here, the US is of course one of those 53% that does not mandate it. 47% are, 53% aren't. And the US is one of those. One of the ones that does mandate it, which is great, is Belgium. They mandate at least 7 days, and that's paid at 82%. And that is paid from their Social Security taxes. And yeah, it's mandated 7 days. Then after 7 days, it could be unpaid or paid depending on the business's choice. But there is definitely a good amount of at least 7 days. That makes such a big difference. But like I just said, the US does not mandate it, so we're going to dive right into that. Paternity leave should be mandated in the US, whether it was paid or unpaid, even at least unpaid. And there are multiple reasons for this. The reasons we're going to dive into today is father bonding, help the mother with recovery, and also so that the father, believe it or not, can heal from giving birth. He didn't give birth, the woman did, but he needs some healing as well. So we're just gonna jump right into this topic here, starting out. So first of all, I just wanna talk about how fathers need to bond with their newborn baby. People think this worm, this little newborn creature, is not even it's like 2 weeks old. Why does the father, or a week old, a few days old, why does the father even need to be there? Is it really even going to make a difference? They're not going to remember it. They basically just need to eat and sleep. But it actually makes a big difference. In an article that I found, Rob Kemp talks about how a father that is playing with his child from day one boosts their child's mental and physical development significantly more than those that do not play with their children. And this is talking about fathers. It's not talking about parents in general. Fathers that play with their children from day one help their children develop and become healthy adults. And that is incredibly important, because after all, children grow up and become the adults of our society, and our society is made up of those adults. So we want healthy children. We want healthy children that have fathers and mothers, and have their influence and their presence in their lives. So now this is a perfect time to get into the second topic, which is mothers needing help after the baby is born. So I have very specific experience with this, obviously, being a mother. My case is a little bit different, because I actually got a kidney infection 4 days after giving birth because of birth, and I was in the hospital for 4 days. So this is especially true for me. But mothers need help with their children. Mothers need help with their newborn babies. Even though it might seem like it's a simple thing, it's not so simple. And actually, it's very stressful having a baby. It's very, very stressful. You go through a lot of worry that causes stress. You go through a lot of change that causes stress, and it affects the stress of the father as well, actually. It's not just the mother that goes through the stress, it's the father that goes through the stress as well. I'm going to pull up a quick chart so that you can see this here. You can see this little chart here on stress. So right here, if you look, these are all of the life situations that cause the most stress. And if you look down here, a few, right? Pregnancy and gain of a new family member are really close together. 40, 100 is most stressful, 40 is like stress impact. And that's pretty high. That's almost 50%. You know, that's right underneath retirement, fired at work. It's right underneath those. And those are big deals as well, obviously. So clearly having a child causes an incredible amount of stress on not only the mother, but also the father. And the father needs to be there for the mother so that she can get over this stress and heal from it. Also, obviously, just in general, the mother needs to be able to heal her body because she's just pushed a watermelon out of her, sorry, pardon my French, but out of her vagina. A watermelon out of this, you know, tiny little hole. So that obviously is going to take a lot of recovery. It's really stressful. It's hard to walk. You can't walk. You can't go to the bathroom by yourself or without very much help. Sorry, I'm going to make sure that the lighting is good here. You need help doing basic tasks. You know, getting out of bed is really difficult. So the father needs to be there to help the mother get out of bed, as silly as that sounds. And so he needs to help her recovery. Also, the mom's not going to be able to pay as much attention as she needs to that baby if she's spending so much time worrying about recovery. That baby's not going to be able to get the attention they need. They're going to end up, you know, not having enough attention and grow up, could be an irresponsible adult. It's not that dramatic usually, but it does make a difference. It really does, just like the article that I mentioned earlier talks about. Having the presence of both the mother is very important. The father can take over and give that baby attention while the mother is trying to rest and recover. Also, a lot of people that have babies already have had some children. So, you know, the mother needs help taking care of those children. Those children need attention. The mother's not going to be able to both recover and take care of the newborn baby and also give all of the other children as much attention as they deserve. And so the father can be there if they have paternity leave to take care of those children, to give them the attention they need, to make sure that they know that they're important, and so that they can have a strong relationship with their father growing up and their mother and become responsible adult citizens. So that is, like I just said, that is incredibly important as well. You can see here that it's a really stressful situation. The mom needs help, the dad needs help, and, you know, just all around, paternity leave would help everyone recover. Everyone. That leads us into our last point. The father actually needs to recover as well. Believe it or not, the father needs to recover as well. And that's coming from a woman that pushed a baby out. You know, usually the women are like, hey, you know, what did you do? You had 1 second of pleasure and I had to push the baby out and grow it for 9 months. But honestly, the fathers need a lot of help as well. Alice Callahan wrote an article talking about and researching the sleep loss that new parents experience. And women, on average, lose, of course, more. They lose around 47 minutes of sleep, and men, the fathers, lose about 18. So it is less, but still, those 18 minutes every day build up. And from my experience, I mean, I don't know who she was studying. My experience, we both lost a whole lot more sleep than that. Absolutely. And so, you know, it may seem like it's silly to say the father needs to recover, but if they're helping with the other children, if they're helping get up in the middle of the night to help the other kid go back to sleep, or in general helping, you know, maybe the baby is formula fed. Maybe they have to feed the baby so that the mom can sleep because she's already woken up 4 times in the middle of the night. You know, things like that. The fathers lose sleep as well, and it's exhausting for them as well. Having a new baby in the family is incredibly stressful, and you lose a lot of sleep. I'm going to show you this graphic right here. Oh, that is the wrong graphic. Sorry. This graphic right here this just talks about the baby sleep problem. So all of the reasons that babies don't sleep, and like how sleep training works and how it doesn't work sometimes for some people. And you can read this here. It talks about parents lose extra sleep, and there's marital problems if they don't sleep. They have depression. Well, it says maternal depression, but I know that it can cause paternal depression as well. So the lack of sleep really affects the parent, and not only the mother, but also the father. There's countries like Sweden, like I said, that are in the 47% that have mandated paternity leave, and that is so awesome. They're actually currently pushing for longer paternity leave. They're trying to mandate it to 3 months, actually. That's on the Global Expat site for them. But there's countries that have made amazing strides towards paternity leave, and the U.S. needs to, take a hint. Just to kind of go over everything that we talked about today. Bonding with your child is important. Even if they're a day old, with the father bonding with the baby, it builds strong, healthy adults. And women need help taking care of their children. They need help recovering from such an intense situation that they've just been through. They need recovery from stress. They need recovering from literal tears and cuts on their body. And finally, men need to recover as well. They need sleep. They need rest. And if they have paternity leave, the mom can rest while the dad takes care of the children, and then the dad can rest while the mother takes care of the children. And it's a beautiful, harmonious cycle. So that's what I'm going to leave you with today. That paternity leave is so important. It changes lives. It makes responsible adults. It keeps relationships healthy, keeps marriages healthy, keeps families healthy, communities healthy. It's just all around a great thing to have. And so I would hope that you would consider in your future business endeavors, and when you're voting and writing to your representatives, consider writing about, or talking about paternity leave, and consider trying to implement that at your business, or making a change in our country so that we can get mandated paternity leave as well. Thank you so much.